The film opens with Jing at a doctor's office. His little sister has a serious heart condition. The doctor warns that if she doesn't get surgery soon, she could die. It's especially painful because Jing's mother died from the same illness and his father walked out years ago. Now Jing is the girl's sole guardian. Jing ekes out a living running a tiny mobile repair stall. One day, a friend who works at a warehouse calls him over and pulls back a tarp to reveal stacks and stacks of boxes. Inside are thousands of second-hand phones. The warehouse owner was arrested, so nobody's claiming the inventory. The friend offers to hand all the phones over to Jing for a price, 100,000. Jing doesn't have that kind of money, but he sees an opportunity. If he can buy the phones with minor defects, fix them, and sell them, he can earn enough to pay for his sister's operation and lift them out of poverty. He can't afford to buy the whole lot, so he takes 1 or 2 phones home, spends a night repairing them, and finally succeeds. The next morning he applies for a bank loan and then goes to a mall where a shop sells used phones. He shows the shop owner a fully repaired handset, it's in perfect condition, and pitches a deal. He can repair dozens more from the warehouse and supply them, and they can both make good money. The owner agrees, and Jing runs the numbers. If he can move the whole inventory, the profit would cover his sister's surgery and transform their finances. The bank approves a loan secured against his little shop, and Jing buys the phones. A couple weeks later, after selling some devices, disaster strikes. The government announces a new rule banning the sale of second-hand phones. Jing rushes to the mall, but the shop owner refuses to buy. It's now illegal. Stuck with a warehouse full of phones he can't legally sell, Jing tries another route. He goes to the phone company that originally made the devices and proposes dismantling the units and selling the parts overseas. The company manager is skeptical. He warns that the parts will fail quality checks. Jing is confident. He says he can strip the phones carefully enough that the parts will pass inspection. The manager finally relents. Okay, get them tested. If the parts pass quality control, we'll talk. So Jing carefully takes apart phones in his shop and sends the parts for testing. When the certificates come back, they clearly state the parts have no defects. Ecstatic, Jing returns to the manager, only to be blindsided. The manager says he only asked Jing to run quality checks. He never promised to buy the parts. He backs out. That crushes Jing. He's poured everything into this plan, and now everything's on the line. The bank loan he took out by mortgaging his shop is due. Desperate, Jing goes to the company owner to plead his case, but the owner is rushing to catch a train and leaves before talking to him. Jing chases him to the station and, before the train departs, forces a 5-minute meeting. He tells the owner, "I won't waste your time. I just need 5 minutes. I've dismantled thousands of your phones and had the parts quality checked. We can sell them on the international market." The owner admits the idea is risky and refuses to provide money or labor. But he gives Jing a card and tells him to call the manager after he finishes the work. Now, Jing has one goal: dismantle every phone, get the parts certified, and prove the plan works. He needs a team and a space to work, and the biggest problem is money. He's broke. Because he can't repay the loan, he loses the little shop he had mortgaged to the bank. With no cash left, he even has to sell his scooter to keep going. Now Jing is determined to strip every phone for parts and prove himself to the company. But to do that, he needs a team and a proper workspace. The problem is, he's completely broke. He's already lost his repair shop to the bank for not repaying the loan, and with no other option, he even sells his scooter to scrape together cash. Desperate, Jing begs a friend who works in a factory to get him a job. The friend lands him a gig as a window cleaner, hanging off tall buildings to wash glass. By day, Jing risks his life cleaning windows. By night, he rents out a small space and moves in all the phones, preparing to repair and dismantle them for parts. But there's no way he can handle it all alone. Since he can't afford salaries, he decides to recruit people who've been cast aside but still have skills. First, he finds a woman who used to work at an electronics company until an accident left her hearing impaired. She was fired and now does odd jobs to survive. Jing shares his vision with her honestly, and she agrees to join him. Next, he recruits a former manager who once had a bright career but went to prison after accidentally killing an opponent in a fight. Jobless and rejected by society, he also agrees to join Jing. Then there's a gamer who dreams of getting married but doesn't have the money. Jing convinces him to be part of the team too. One by one, Jing gathers people who were once professionals but had been pushed out of the industry. Together, they form their own small company and call it Nice View. Everyone works day and night, fueled by Jing's determination. For Jing, the struggle is double. He still has no steady income, so he cleans windows during the day and dismantles phones at night. At one point, the gamer finally finds the girl he wants to marry, and Jing attends the wedding with his little sister. But when they return home, their landlord has left a notice. 3 months unpaid rent. You can't enter until you pay. With nowhere else to go, Jing takes his sick sister back to the workshop and makes her a bed out of cardboard boxes. It breaks his heart, but he has no choice. He's willing to endure anything if it means finishing the job and saving her life. Days pass. The pressure mounts. Their factory landlord warns them to pay the rent in a week or vacate. Jing pleads with the company manager for an advance, but he's turned away. The boss's deal was clear. No money until the work is done. Crushed, Jing confesses to his team, "I've never paid you a single cent. I don't even know if I ever can. All I have is a dream, the drive to move forward." Instead of abandoning him, the team rallies behind him. They move everything out of the factory and continue the work from their own homes. Jing, however, has no home. He'd been living in the factory with his sister. Now, he finds shelter in a nursing home. His days blur into an exhausting routine, cleaning windows in the daylight, dismantling phones at night, and barely sleeping at all. 2 weeks later, the team finally finishes processing all the phones. The parts are sent for quality checks, and every single one passes. Soon, the company owner summons Jing and his team. To their shock and relief, the owner tells them they've done excellent work and offers them a 2-year contract. For the first time, Jing's dream is within reach. With steady income, he pays for his sister's surgery, and she recovers fully. The film then jumps forward 6 years. The tiny company Nice View has grown into a massive business, and Jing is now its CEO, the youngest in the world. Jing's rise wasn't about luck. It was about vision, perseverance, and unshakable belief. The movie leaves us with one powerful message. When you have dreams in your eyes, passion in your heart, and hope in your soul, nothing can stop you.